Ammi Burke has had costs awarded against her in respect of her Court of Appeal case. Her Court of Appeal case involving Arthur Cox, who fired her from her job as a junior associate solicitor in 2019, and the Workplace Relations Commission. So she was fired out of Arthur Cox in 2019. The Workplace Relations Commission then were to hear her unfair dismissal claim, but the Workplace Relations Commission felt that they couldn't hear the case. Such was the behaviour and conduct of her and her mother. She appealed that decision then to the High Court, and the High Court judge, Miss Justice Marguerite Bulger, cut that particular hearing short as well, due to what she considered the utterly appalling behaviour of Miss Burke. And then in the Court of Appeal, Miss Burke appealed the decision of the High Court to dismiss her case against the Workplace Relations Commission and against Arthur Cox, and the Court of Appeal upheld the decision of the High Court and said the High Court was perfectly correct in shortening her appeal at the High Court and dismissing her case. And now the High Court has made an order in respect of costs, the Court of Appeal costs for the Court of Appeal hearing with Arthur Cox and the Workplace Relations Commission, and the Court of Appeal has ordered that Miss Burke pay costs for both the WRC and Arthur Cox. So she's been ordered to pay the legal costs incurred by the Workplace Relations Commission and her employer, the WRC, in the Court of Appeal. Her appeal was dismissed last April, with the Court of Appeal finding that the High Court was justified in throwing out her judicial review mid-hearing when faced with Miss Burke's utterly appalling and egregious behaviour. She had wanted the High Court, to overturn the WRC's rejection of her complaint, alleging she was unfairly dismissed in late 2019 from Arthur Cox, where she was a junior associate. The WRC adjudication officer ceased hearing her complaint amid sustained and deliberate obstruction and disruptions by Miss Burke's mother, Martina Burke. The Court of Appeal then based its decision on written submissions after cutting short its oral hearing of Miss Burke's appeal due to her interruptions. On Tuesday then, that's on today, the court ruled that she should be liable to pay the necessary costs incurred by the Workplace Relations Commission and Arthur Cox in successfully fighting her appeal. It rejected as, quote, misconceived on a fundamental level Miss Burke's submissions, asking the court to refrain from making a cost order against her. Her request was based on complaints about how the appeal hearing was conducted and criticisms of the court's judgment, the judges said. Quote, an unsuccessful appellant cannot avoid a cost order by impermissibly complaining that the judgment was wrong, they said. The court refused the request from Arthur Cox to mark its disapproval of Miss Burke's conduct by ordering costs on a legal practitioner and client basis, which covers all reasonable costs incurred, even those that were not absolutely necessary. The judges rejected this application, and they noted that they upheld the High Court's decision to order Miss Burke to pay the bulk of the High Court costs on this basis. The Court of Appeal's disapproval of Miss Burke's conduct is, quote, clearly evident from its main judgment, so it is unnecessary to mark its disapproval through ordering for costs in this way, particularly when the legal practitioner and client costs for the High Court are likely to be significantly more substantial, they said. So Court of Appeal have made a cost order against Ammi Burke, and if memory serves me correctly, the High Court had made a cost order against her as well in respect of the High Court hearing. So there is two significant lumps of legal costs awarded against Ammi Burke in respect of her claim that the WRC had unjustly thrown out her unfair dismissal claim.